respond to these things. I thank God that I've never molested anyone. I thank God that I never raped anyone. I thank God, but I did have some ways where, like, I did send some illicit pictures to women without them asking. This is just me owning my own faults. I've done some things that were predator like. I preyed on women that I wanted to have sex with. These are things that I was responding to because of a society that I was living in. No one gave me these conversations when I was younger. No one talked to me about these things. No one made these things aware that I was taking on these energies, that I was becoming who I was becoming because of these energies. So we have to understand the value of virtue, going to the virtue. Now, when you understand or are aware of these things and you're conscious of what these things may do to you, that's when you got to develop that patience. That's when you got to start healing. Now, you notice how America, they talk about voting, but nobody wants to talk about healing.
Right.
America gives you the problem.
Yes.
And try to sell you the solution, but they don't want to heal you. This is type of world that we live in. This is what's going on.
Right. And before Anthony, before you move us into virtue, I want to take us back because there's a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage that has been done. There's, that before we can even get into virtue and its healing and so that we really got to look at
dig
the disease. Okay, now side note. The most powerful doctor in the world, people, according to the World Health Organization.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Bill Gates.
Yeah, who's trash?
Okay.
Yeah.
The vaccine man.
Bill Gates is the most powerful doctor. Now, we had Dr. Sebi, we had Dr. Laila Africa, evidence of healing people. Y'all tell me how Bill Gates became the most recognized, powerful doctor. See, Proverb, that's why I said we it ain't time to go to the virtue and the healing yet. I want to go to etymology because we did the etymology on the word puss into pussy and slang and what era it began to be referred to as a woman's body. Now let's look at pornography as a noun. 1842. Ancient obscene painting, especially and I'm getting this from the online etymology dictionary. 1842, ancient obscene painting, especially in temples of, is it Bacchus? Bacchus, Bacchus or Bacchus?
I thought it was Bacchus, matriarch.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart. From the French pornographe, from Greek pornographos, meaning one, depicting prostitutes, from graphein, to write. Graphy means to write. To porne, prostitute. Originally bought, purchased, with an original notion probably of, here we go, Anthony, female slave, sold for prostitution, related to pernania, to sale, from pi pira, variant of root per, to traffic in, to sale. A brothel in ancient Greek was a pornion, in reference to modern works by 1859, originally French novels, later as a charge against native literature. The sense of obscene pictures in modern times is from 1906, also sometimes used in the late 19th century for description of prostitutes as a matter of public hygiene.
Well, we know what energy I've been taking on these last.
You You ain't by
And us
yourself.
too. I was just saying that, you and us too.
You are
I'm,
not
I'm just, I'm just, I'm
by
just happy that it didn't have that effect that, you know what I mean, that it had on a lot of the people. And I really appreciate the universe, my mother and my father for really instilling in me a sense of love and conviction and understanding, because you can see what it has done to other people.
Yeah.
Even though they're swept under a rug, and many of our family members don't bring them up, and our community members don't say nothing. It's that's the real pandemic.
yeah.
That is the real pandemic. We really want to talk about pandemics, homelessness, and the things that we just read about. These are the real pandemics really going on.
Mhm. And so another distinguishing quality about you, Anthony, is that you survived the notion of suicide.
Mhm.
To come back, see, healing.
Yes.
Healing. I mean, you could have went off with that in a lot of different directions. And I'm so grateful and thankful to your parents as well, for the love that they conceived you in those throes, those sexual relationship encounters, which is what makes you a very unique soul, embodied with a particular type of spirit. Now, remember in the beginning, we talked about there's a lot of spirits,
Yeah.
but everything ain't got a soul.
Right.
So for you to be a particular, conceived with a particular type of mindset of love that was shared between your parents during your conception, and then for you to emerge from, the whole, to be a survivor
Right.
of suicide, and then to go into the communities and become an educator and this and that, to be who you are right now is truly remarkable that you would even take on this subject matter. However, I think that, nothing is a coincidence, that, the universe itself has particularly chosen you for today to address this subject matter. And so we're very grateful and thankful to all of the ancestral and celestial energies and terrestrial energies that we call our ascendants and descendants. Very grateful and thankful for you today. So, given the etymology of pornography, Anthony, and you bringing your own, 'cause we've all watched pornography in the men magazine. Remember, there were no magazines made for women.
Nope. Yep.
For us to get our, group, our imaginative moments for masturbation and all of them kind of, mastering how to excite ourselves. Should I use that word instead? You had men, y'all have magazines,
TV, porn.
now you have TV, but back in the day, according to etymology, they had pictures, and you could get put in jail and thrown in the dungeon and all of these things if you were caught. So it was legal. It was only legal, Anthony, if you was looking at an obscene picture and you was like the owner of some prostitutes. See, and like you say, you didn't have that conversation. Nobody gave you that conversation. So knowing that all of the effects of pornography, when did you start watching you know, at a very early age, right? Because we
Yeah,
all sleep. We
I
sleep.
I was 12 years old when I started watching pornography. I probably was a little younger than that. I probably was like 10 or 11. But I just remember at 12 years old when I was in 8th grade, I remember just watching it a lot because my mother, it was the summertime and my mother and father was gone a lot, because they was working. So I just go to the porno stash and
And
The
you
VHS? Was it that
yeah,
VHS?
that VHS, that big old VHS. I still have some, y'all.
Me too.
So you read some statistics at the very beginning of this conversation, Anthony.
yeah.
Would you read those statistics again? Because you mentioned the age 12. So go back to that right quick.
Yeah. It says that the self-reported, and this is based off the National Sexual Violence Resource Center. The self-reported incidents of rape or sexual assault more than doubled from 1.4 victimizations per 1,000 persons aged 12 or older. And these are statistics from 2017 and 2018.
Mhm, mhm. So pornography, which is on the menu, the effects
Mhm.
of pornography. And, you know, we may have to, Anthony, you may have to reschedule to really come back on. And then maybe part two, we can get into virtue and its rarity. And just for today, deal with pussy is common. I knew, you know, I only slated an hour because I know you have a busy schedule, Anthony. And Anthony, I know you have to leave us in about 8 minutes. So would you find a time where you can come back and we can go back into, you know, have maybe a little bit more time when you're not pressed to deal with the latter parts of the menu, and then as we head on into virtue and its rarity,
Yeah.
go ahead and talk us out through
We can we can do part two next Saturday if you're up for it.
I got to see if I'm, you know, I'm off every other Saturday. I work.
Every other Saturday, okay.
Yeah, so
On the 17th, I got a track meet that I'm volunteering with. What about during the week? Are you free during any time during the week?
you know, I'm free Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And anytime in the evening or afternoon, I usually get off around 1:30 in the afternoons, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. I get off from 7 to 1:30 on my hours, and then I'm home. And so if we want to do something in the late afternoon or the evening or whatever, then we definitely can.
So
Uh,
the eighth will be a good time in the evening.
yeah, yeah. Let's go for that.
Yeah,
And
cool,
you
cool.
come back in your own way, Anthony. Just recap us up to this point before you have to leave us.
Once again, we started off with the societal issues, and we talked about how America is that tree that produces bad fruit. So when it comes to the rapists, when it comes to the molesters, when it comes to these people who are doing these acts of violence, the real acts of terrorism, then we got to look at where they get the energy from, where they get that skill from to do these things. And we gave some statistics. We gave the etymology of words. We talked about epistemology, how we took on our masters and our oppressors' ways. We talked about the English language. We talked about energy. We talked about a plethora of things that really got us to this point in which we live in a culture where rape and misogyny is really heavy. And until we can heal that, until we can expose that and start talking and have these conversations, and it will forever be swept under a rug. It will forever be avoided. So here we are trying to raise the veil from that and expose the truth so we can really begin to heal. So it's very vital that you guys come and hear us out next Thursday, April 8th. Please come, Miss Erica, please come back. I would love to have this discussion and dialogue with you because I'm a man. I can't speak for women. I can't speak for y'all. I'm just giving things that I've studied, based off my own healing and my own understanding, because I didn't realize the effects and the attitude that I was having towards women until I had to take some steps back. And, so I will appreciate if everyone come back.
For sure. And I would just like to say, if I could add, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
first and foremost, I see why my matriarch, mentor, Divine One here has great respect for you. I've only talked to you for 30 minutes and I see the gold, the light that shines within you. So I'm just excited about you myself. And I appreciate you being transparent, speaking from a feminine energy, a woman, a womb. I want you to know that I too had to go on a path of celibacy to heal so I could understand my place and to clear myself. So when I did have sexual encounters, they were pure and good. So I just want you to know, like, I'm excited about you and I can't wait till next Thursday.
Excellent. To all my viewers, I want to thank you for the prelude. Anthony, this is kind of like how you teased us on Orgasmic Night with your poem that you cut it off and just, put little sprinkles of it on our tongue. He reminded us that he could not be romantic because he was not Roman. Yeah, I think it might have went over some of them's head, but I got it.
Okay.
So to all of the viewers, we will be returning again to continue with part 2 of Pussy is Common, Virtue is Rare. My esteemed special guest speaker today, love you, Anthony Crawford Jr., aka Proverbs Scriptures Craw Dog. Good man.
43.
Yeah. Thank you for always availing yourself to greet me with that dope love. Whenever and wherever I see you, you're always open arms with that type of respect and recognition. And I want to say, as a matriarch and from a feminine perspective, being a womb myself, that you know how I value you and the species of the Black men, period.
Yeah.
I truly adore you and love you.
Woo.
Love you and your courage to be transparent, to go back and actually be an example of Sankofa. The term meaning go back, get what you forgot, and fix it.
Yes.
Thank you for that Sankofa soul embodied in a spirit of pure intelligence.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I love you too.
Yes.
And make sure
the
you
rest
know I love you. So before
I love
y'all go, y'all can't get off here yet because both of you got to say what? Be different and love it. Come on with it.
Be different and love it.
And love it.
All right. And I y'all know what? I got me a new pinwheel.
I see it.
Gonna send y'all this pinwheel love.
Sunflower.
From the Debra Show.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Blessings.
Peace.
Bye, family.
I love you.
Love you too.